Check it out, guys. We have a successful experiment of rerooting my Okinawa spinach. Sorry I have you against this backdrop of this ugly wall, but I want you to see the roots at the bottom of this glass. This is a little teeny branch that I accidentally broke off while I was harvesting leaves from my Okinawa spinach, which I've shown you before and I can show you again. The flower is closed right now. It's morning. This branch never had died back. I didn't do anything fancy. I didn't trim leaves. I didn't cut off the flowers, you can see, which is usually what someone might advise for rooting a cutting so that the plant isn't exerting energy into preserving the flower and the current leaves, but really puts all of its energy into rerooting. But since this was a natural experiment and I hadn't cut the darn thing on purpose and I wasn't even sure if I had taken a large enough cutting or from an appropriate branch, I just put it in the water and we got roots. So if you want some Okinawa spinach, now I believe I could give you some as simply as sending you a cutting from my host plant. And please believe she is ready to give cuttings because she's massive and is expanding beyond her appropriate territory in the garden bed and probably wouldn't mind shedding some limbs to retain her strength. So here's some of what the plant looks like in little form. These are little leaves, and I will show you some of the massive harvest I've been getting. But this is again an edible and extremely ornamental plant, but edible and also considered almost medicinal plant. Delicious, crisp, crunchy, sweet leaves. They're not bitter, and extremely prolific in my garden. So here is a look at the mother plant. She's behind all this kind of wall of Egyptian spinach, but she does not care. She's, she's not affected. She is thriving, looking for sun, branching out. Check out her beautiful little firework display flowers. I don't know if my phone is focusing because I don't have my contacts in, so my eyes aren't focusing, but very cool. She's even got some that are like a different, almost like a red, same plant. Very cool, right? Anyway, I love eating this plant. It's super dense growth, beautiful leaves. Leaves used to have more intense purple on the back when the plant was smaller, and now that I think she's just raging back here, she's just like, the color can go and she's in full production mode. But you can see there are bigger, more succulent leaves that are really delicious, like I said, and it's beautiful ground cover. Like if you have a place where you're going to plant ivy or some sort of low growing plant around a tree in your landscaping, and you like more of a functional plant than just some literal ground cover, it makes great habitat for little birds and insects and things that want to take shelter underneath. I see little birds wandering around under the canopy of this and my longevity spinach, and also crowds out weeds since it's covering the dirt really effectively, or the soil really effectively. And again, it's just a nice, the fact that it's edible as well, to being really beautiful.